What is going on YouTube? Here back making another brand new Crypto TV episode. In today's video, we're going to be looking at Litecoin, Bitcoin, Ethereum, as well as XRP to US dollar. We're also going to be looking at the current coin market cap as well as DueDEX. Specifically in today's episode, I would like to continue on discussing where exactly we're going to be heading in the near future, specifically in the next couple of weeks. As you guys know, we did actually manage to see a pretty significant drop in the price of crypto, specifically Bitcoin, XRP, and a lot of the other top 5 to top 10 cryptocurrencies on the market. We saw a pretty significant drop. Now, to most, this was unexpected. To some that have been following my channel and following what I've been saying, they would have been already prepared for a big drop to have happened. And I really just want to show you guys how I believe that this, fairly significant drop is actually the start of a much bigger drop that we are probably going to see as we move on in the market. You can clearly see right now on Bitcoin where exactly we are. We saw this big drop from a price of 9,900 all the way down to about 9,000. Yes, we came up some to about 9,400, but I do believe that we are still getting ready to see that bigger drop. But otherwise, if you guys are new to the channel, definitely make sure to subscribe, turn on post notifications, leave a giant thumbs up. This helps out the YouTube algorithm. Follow me on Twitter at CryptoVOfficial. This way, if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, you can just head over there and DM me. Otherwise, let's jump into today's episode. Alright guys, so huge shout out to everybody subscribing to the channel. We just broke 16,000 subscribers. We really hit this fairly quickly. I'm actually pretty shocked as to how fast we are going. But now just 4,000 subs away from 20,000. This is absolutely incredible, and we are definitely getting to where we want to be, guys, with a huge goal of 100K. But yeah, we'll get to 100K eventually. But for right now, 16K is more than plenty to speak to you guys about. Yesterday's video, we made a very interesting video. I kind of discussed why we're falling. We know that it was starting. This was the start. A lot of people didn't know where it was going to go to. This was exactly where the price was heading to. We kind of bottomed off short term. Now starting to swing back up, and I'll show you guys pretty much why that is happening. But to start, I want to show you the DueDEX chart. As you guys know, we use DueDEX to trade. We buy long, we sell short. Also, before we jump into the rest of the video, we are still doing our Crypto TV, Crypto Influencers $200 Bitcoin giveaway. There is a link in the description with now up to 7 ways to enter, unlike the last one. So you got to be in it to win it. It is totally free to enter. It is just, just shows you things to do to help, promote the social media. But it is very easy. All you got to do is, click the link down below, sign up, add these 2 or add these 3, and you'll unlock 4 more entries. It is that simple. And then at the end, with 18 days left, we will do the drawing for somebody to win $200 in free Bitcoin. So definitely make sure to check it out. Otherwise, to go back to what I was saying. So now that we're on DueDEX, DueDEX has been trading fairly nicely. But I wanted to show you what it is that I'm referencing. So honestly, I'd say the past 2 weeks have been the most significant for cryptocurrency, specifically Bitcoin. We, as I've been saying over and over again on the channel, have had a downtrend, a resistance, a price that is pushing this coin down. But ultimately, it was whether or not last week's candle was going to close above or below this yellow downtrend right here. And believe it or not, surprisingly, or not at all, we managed to shoot up with a massive wick. I'll zoom in really quickly. Above our resistance. Don't need that. Above our resistance, we actually blew right through the top, and we started wicking up here, and you can see that very closely. Ultimately, what was needed was, with the 4 days left, we needed to see whether or not we would stay above here and close the candle above, which would ultimately signal a bullish market, or if we were going to close the candle below the resistance, and that would ultimately show that this is not a line to be messed with, and there's a good chance we're going to start to see some consolidation. Now, ultimately, we flash forward to this week, and within the couple of days, literally, I don't think there's many days that we even started. I think, okay, there's a day and 13 hours left. So we have, there's not too many days left. Ultimately, deciding the direction of the movement for cryptocurrency. You can see very similar in the past. We've had a very similar token, similar candle So in reference, there could be seeing this as for next week, the start, I believe, in 2 days. Today's Saturday. So we have all of today as well as all of Sunday. Monday will open up a new candle for us, and that will basically be the deciding factor as to which direction we're going to go to. There's a good chance next week's candle can look something like this, and then ultimately this is what I'm anticipating. This drop is what we're waiting for. This is what we're going to try to make money off of shorting in the long run. Very simple, very easy to do. The link to do this is in the description down below. It's where DueDEX is. I believe they're offering up to $70 in sign up bonus, and this will allow us to sell short. As you guys can see, I've preloaded my account with 0.25 Bitcoin, getting ready for the opportunity to short this. We have leverage trades open right here. All of my trades specifically are in the Patreon group that I have made. If you're interested in learning how to buy long, sell short, all the things under the sun. I even offered a beginner course that we just launched yesterday. So pretty cool. Definitely make sure to check that out in the description down below to my Patreon and to DueDEX. But ultimately, you need DueDEX in order to do these trades. So that is what I am pushing right now, guys. You gotta have an account in order to short crypto. Unless you have a Binance or something else, go for it, but I think DueDEX is the easiest to manage when shorting cryptocurrency. So definitely make sure to check it out. Link is in the description down below. Now to show you guys the Bitcoin chart right here. This is the Bitcoin on the weekly. This is on the long-term Coinbase account. You can see we look fairly bearish. I mean, we look like we've toppled over. It looks like we've hit the top resistance. This looks very similar to movements we've seen in the past. We've seen all the way back in August of 2019 where we've hit a wick, where we've wicked up below the resistance and then ultimately started the downtrend. We started the correction. This is practically the same thing. We're hitting that top resistance once again. That has been on the coin for 3 years. So I am almost certain that long term, the next couple of months, maybe into March. So we have June, July, August, September, October, November, December, January, February, March. Yeah, that's a lot of months. It could be a lot quicker than that. Actually, if we see a much more aggressive bull run, it could, end us in like October, which would be fairly soon. June, July, August, September, October, which could be a 5-month correction. As you guys have seen in the past, when you were interested in learning the date range of how long coins have been, in correction, this was 378 days. That was a year of bearish market. This was about I'd say 231 days of bearish market. We can consider it up to here maybe because I know we want up higher. This is about 150. This is 230. And now we're seeing more. So there's a good chance that the bear market is much longer and much more drawn out than the bullish market that we had. This was just merely a 3-month movement to the upside. Now we're looking for the rest of the coins as we start to, or the rest of the price as we potentially start to dip down. But we look like we're hitting this top resistance, and it looks like if you guys want to short long term, it's an option. But ultimately get ready because I do believe there are going to be some big candle wicks like this. And these are the money makers right here that we want to, take advantage of and buy and long to. So anticipate movements like this. This is what I anticipate is going to happen as we move forward within crypto, within Bitcoin specifically. I do think we're going to be heading to the middle moving average first on most of these coins. You can see right here. And I do believe the reason for the drop, which is right here, was ultimately that we were getting fairly overbought, fairly high up. You can see that we do have wicks right here. So there's a good chance we were testing resistance, which ultimately ended in a bearish correction. And that's why we pulled down. Now, the reason we're stopping is obviously because we became oversold. And when we become oversold, we need the market to manipulate back up, to correct back up. So there is reason and explanation for every single movement that we have on these charts. But I do believe with the small correction now back down to 50 on the dot, there's a good chance we'll see another drop in price, maybe down to $8,200. You can see on Litecoin, on Ethereum, we're slowly starting to consolidate back inside these cryptos. You can see there's not much more gap to be filled. There's a good chance it just might, correct right back down below here. You can see taking a step back, Ethereum is also in a bearish market. Ethereum is also in a downtrend where we're setting higher lows. So there's a good chance that this is going to wrap up this last low, very similar to here, and we're probably going to pop out and correct lower to 193. I think they're all leaning towards a more bearish movement than a bullish one. Okay, so now to show you guys XRP. XRP consolidating, trading sideways, it broke bearish. That is the ultimate thing. I haven't shown you the weekly chart on here in a while, but you can see we pretty much filled the gap. Wow, did not mean to draw on there. You can see we filled the gap. We fell. We're in a downtrend, we're in a resistance, and we fell. We're starting to correct. So there's a lot riding on this coin. Everyone wants it to pop out and shoot between 30 and 60 cents, which would be incredible. That's about a 300% return on investment. But ultimately, we need to figure out which direction this coin wants to break to. So that's why we have to spend quite a bit of time analyzing the market, figuring out. It looks like it more so wants to break down than it does want to break up. So there's a chance it could fall down to 17 cents. That one's a little more interesting than the past. You can see on Litecoin's chart on the weekly, we do have another massive, I'd say more of a symmetrical triangle forming. You can see very clearly the downtrend, the uptrend that's holding true. And ultimately, this coin, once again, needs to have it needs to fill the gap. It needs to trade out sideways. You can see volume has pretty much died off compared to what we've been seeing in the past, even just recently. So volume is dying off. We're getting much closer. This ends in about July. So there's a good chance that we do have to spend quite a bit of time analyzing the market. We may see now for a few weeks some consolidation in this coin. We could, bounce down lower, maybe down to 38 cents, but ultimately fill this gap. That's what we're looking for. Bitcoin looks to be overbought, a little too high for my comfort zone to be buying into, and ultimately the rest of the coins look fairly bearish. Otherwise, guys, make sure to check out the Crypto Influencers giveaway. There is a link in the description down below, and if you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe, turn on post notifications, leave a giant thumbs up, follow me on Twitter at CryptoVOfficial, and I will see you in tomorrow's video. Peace.